The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And some room to work. He's at the 50, the 30, 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Defers to Jacobs on the draw. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing on second and long. Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they work this out past the 25. 22 yards there, a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Here's Jacobs on first and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up. Those defense for the Packers, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. On play action. Now Carr. Pass thrown to Adams. He's got it on the crossing route. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early, but they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Now Carr. Eluding the pressure right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So Carr exits on 4th down, and on comes Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Carlson is good, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. Well, they started the drive backed up pretty deep, but a nice effort to overcome the field position, get into field goal range on the game's opening possession.
And, Brandon, I think from where they started, the initial thought was, can we get 1 or 2 first downs and help out our defense after we pump the ball away with field position? But as that drive went on, I think their sights got set a little bit higher. They were thinking touchdown, ended up settling in between and coming away with a field goal.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
And this will be a Packers 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. The Packers at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing now is Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. $3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Hey, you block over here. 10-30. 50. Get 300. Get 300. Come out. Yeah, this. Good. Inside. Inside.
Now it's Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And he is the NFC rating Offensive Player of the Week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way. Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. Point after up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out now joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain. Carr going to give it to Jacobs.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
93. 637.
Carr. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. Working with his 2nd and 4. Shotgun now for Carr. Touchdown! Davante Adams. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Raiders are able to move back in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point safely through. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On 2nd and 10, Carr. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Quinn Walker, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little... Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Second down and goal. Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw, it's Carr. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. The final shot here before half for Carr. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone for a touchback, so that will come out now to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
On 2nd and inches, Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is going to have the Packers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Rodgers going to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. This is intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And the Raiders will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
694.
On play action, it's Carr. That is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And the intended receiver that time was Josh Jacobs, and it's 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Able to find Warner. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
93.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Carr. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Packers pick it up. back in this game. They needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Second down at 7. They'll go again to Jones. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
26.
It's a gain of 4. Fix it, 3rd and 2.
Hey, take 26. 26. Hey, 88.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Now Rodgers. He's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 35.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump-off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
Stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Packers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the 6th sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
Hey, take 26.
On play action, Rodgers. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. Touchdown, Packers! Well, they were back in the shadows for their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, punt the ball away, but no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. That interception, maybe the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this is caught. And it's a Packers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead. The point after is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. He'll look downfield for Waller. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Inside. Over 50. Hey, you block over here. Hey, 30. Over 50. Yeah, 300. Yeah, 300.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And that'll be complete to Dillon. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Packers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
But that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide. There he goes, left side. 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs. 75 yards. And the Raiders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Hey, take 26.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And the Raiders are going to have it here just past the 25. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing.
The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. And the Packers pick it up. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. This is caught. Touchdown. Romeo Doubs. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Packers continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. Extra point up and through. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. On first down, Carr. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turned it into a successful play.
Looking to throw again on second down. Carr. And my goodness, another interception. CD, this defense, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
On first and 10, here's Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Packers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. The extra point up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
93.
On second and 12, Carr. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
6:37. Kill.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And he'll look downfield for Waller. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
And he pushed it right. It's no good. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Rodgers throwing here. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Now it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. And now another one thrown incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start.
29. 29.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
808. Right now. 618.
He'll look to throw. Slant to Adams. Room here to run. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down at the 25-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards. That was so well timed. Just a perfect throw on the slant.
Hit him on the move, didn't he? Now he's going against the grain of the defenders coming over to try and stop him. That allowed for that additional yardage downfield.
Carr now on 1st down. His throw's going to be incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
29. 93. 93.
From the gun now on third down, Carr. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Packers, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come to town. Meanwhile, for Las